Every day, something dramatic happens in the Caribbean that affects our lives. We'll give you the details. We'll give you the facts on Caribbean Perspective with Eddie Frederick. Here's Eddie Frederick.
Welcome to Caribbean Perspective. So glad you can join us. The story that dominates in today's edition for Wednesday, 3rd September 2025, and brought to you in association with our friends at Antillean Group. Today, we focus on deliveries at both of Jamaica's major parties at their final rallies as they make a bid for leadership of Jamaica's affairs for the next 5 years. Details after this important message.
Believe in our strength, we'll stand by you. Protection from all, perils big and small. Reassurance we give, it's so clear to see. Peace of mind, that's our service guarantee. We look after all our family. Yes, we do at every opportunity.
Antillean Group, underwriters of all classes of insurance solutions for your protection and investment. Live well financially.
The hurricane season is now upon us, so we as Caribbean people need to remember to think safety and be prepared. Avoid venturing outside during a storm or hurricane, especially if there are strong winds. Rooftops and other debris are often blown about and can cause great damage.
Welcome back. Jamaica's election campaign trail reached a tumultuous climax, with both major parties making surprising announcements at their final rallies ahead of today's poll. Details in this TVJ News brief.
Old Harbour Square, St. Catherine. JLP supporters would hear from their party leader a final time in a setting like this before political campaigning stops 24 hours before the September 3 election. For Prime Minister and JLP leader Dr. Andrew Holness,
this crowd is halfway through and Sam Sharp Square put together.
And while his address to party supporters focused on the JLP's achievements, he made this promise if the party gets a third term: the doubling of the minimum wage.
We will double the minimum wage from $16,000, what we have carried it to now, having almost tripled it, to $32,000.
A promise too on housing.
If you buy your first house, and let's say 5 years after you outgrow it, you have a family and you have children, they need another room. What we are saying to you is that you must sell that house back to the NHT and we will give you access to a second benefit from the NHT so that you can upgrade the house that you bought before.
And with 2 days to go before Jamaicans go to the polls, JLP campaign manager Dr. Christopher Tufton made this appeal to the undecided.
The election is a tale of two organizations. The PNP that has a legacy of debt, of taxes and failed promises. The JLP that has not raised your taxes, has reduced your debt, has controlled crime and has created jobs over the last 9 years under this Andrew Holness government.
He says the JLP's campaign has been focused on the issues, a sentiment shared by JLP Deputy Leader Desmond McKenzie.
They talk about blood and fire. We of the Jamaica Labour Party talk about God and prayer because we want to build the country, not to divide Jamaica. We want to build a country to unite the Jamaican people with respect for man and God.
Janella Precious, TVJ News.
And over in St. James at the Sam Sharp Square, the People's National Party continued to ride high on poll results, showing it has the edge going into the general election.
Speaker after speaker, the People's National Party remains confident it will form the next government. For new candidates like Janice Allen, who is vying for the St. James Central seat, she's hoping that the party will sweep Western Jamaica.
Comrades, we are marching on to victory with Comrade Mark Golden. We are marching on to victory, the party of Norman Manley.
The PNP's General Secretary, Dr. Dayton Campbell, also beaming with confidence. He broke out in song.
My journey's almost over. The battle is nearly won. I have a feeling in my heart. The best is yet to come.
And for the first time on the political platform since the start of the campaign, former PNP President Dr. Peter Phillips.
I am here tonight as the living embodiment of the fact that the People's National Party today is united together and strong and marching forward for progress.
He rubbished the suggestions that the PNP wrecked the Jamaican economy.
It is just not true what you say. The economic stability that now exists in Jamaica was established by the People's National Party.
Dr. Phillips also threw his support behind the PNP's $3.5 million income tax threshold plan.
I am here tonight because the 3.5 million tax threshold that the PNP is going to put in place will help ordinary Jamaicans benefit more from the economy of this country so that it don't just benefit a few people.
And as if speaking to his supporters as Prime Minister, this was PNP President Mark Golding as he closed his speech.
It is with great humility and a great sense of purpose that I put myself forward to become the next Prime Minister of Jamaica. I dedicate myself to serving the people of Jamaica, all of the people of Jamaica, and in particular, those who need the help of a caring government, a People's National Party government that knows about the struggles of the people and that has established itself from 1938 for upliftment of the people.
Janella Precious, TVJ News.
You're listening to Caribbean Perspective with Eddie Frederick in association with our friends at
Antillean Group, underwriters of all classes of insurance solutions for your protection and investment. Live well financially.
over in Trinidad, where the National Day of Prayer celebrations in place of the usual Independence Day pomp and ceremony style celebrations in light of the current state of emergency saw the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago a no-show. Jesse Ramdio of CNC3 News reports.
A National Day of Prayer on Independence Day at the Diwali Nagar was marked by reflection and reverence.
Let us use this occasion to renew our commitment to justice, peace, and service. May our prayers today inspire action, compassion, and service.
Among those answering the call to action were members from the country's various religious bodies. A notable absentee, however, Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar.
She was invited.
Persad-Bissessar's government advocated for the religious event in favor of the annual Military Day parade, citing security concerns. The Interreligious Organization's president, Dr. Ellis Burris, said he was not daunted by her non-attendance.
Everyone has their mind and their privilege to think and do as they wish, so you really cannot chastise or try to, bring down anyone for not attending because you don't know of their personal activities.
However, opposition leader Penelope Beckles dug in on the Prime Minister and expressed disappointment.
I'm extremely shocked and surprised that the Prime Minister, since that was her call that today is a National Day of Prayer, is absent. And for my information, there's absolutely nobody from the government. I mean, that is shocking, that is surprising, and it's so very unfortunate. Because the question arises, if you say, look, let us have a National Day of Prayer, it means you are leading that particular exercise.
Also weighing in was political scientist Dr. Bishnu Raghunath, who argued that the Prime Minister's absence risked inviting condemnation and political backlash. He told CNC3 News that the Prime Minister should have attended the event, given that her government agitated for it. Jesse Ramdale, CNC3 News.
Giving an update on the accomplishments of the state of emergency in Trinidad and Tobago, that country's Commissioner of Police Alistair Guevara reported a reduction in violent crimes, retrieval of deadly weapons, and a reduction in murder. This TTT news item has details.
Commissioner of Police Alistair Guevara noted that firearms remain the #1 drivers of homicide in the country, and under the SOE operations, the recovery of these weapons by the TTPS has been significant.
TTPS has executed 1,200 targeted operations. We have recovered 87 illegal firearms during this period alone, contributing to 456 deadly weapons removed from the streets.
He pointed to a reduction in murders by 41% as compared to 2024 and violent crime down by 20%.
Crimes down by 13%. And what is nice about it, I would like this figure to be at 100% or at nil at all to investigate. But murder detection rate has improved from 15% to almost 20%. And violent crime detection rate is now at 24%, which has now surpassed our own national target.
On Monday, Venezuela President Nicolas Maduro claimed that 8 U.S. military ships armed with 1,200 missiles were threatening his country, calling it an absolutely criminal act and the greatest danger in the region in a century. This We Are News item provides details.
U.S.-Venezuela tensions rise as American naval presence grows with 8 warships, 1,200 missiles and a nuclear submarine in the southern Caribbean. Now, the U.S. says that this build-up targets drug cartels, but President Maduro claims it aims for regime change.
8 military ships with 1,200 missiles and a nuclear submarine are targeting Venezuela. This is an extravagant, unjustifiable, immoral, and absolutely criminal, bloody threat. They have wanted to escalate what they call maximum pressure, which in this case is military. And in response to maximum military pressure, we have declared maximum preparedness for the defense of Venezuela.
As part of his wider effort to reduce migration and secure the southern border, U.S. President Trump has made combating drug cartels a main focus of his administration. But President Maduro, Interior Minister Cabello, and other Venezuelan officials allege the U.S. buildup is a pretext for intervention, with Maduro declaring the nation's military is ready should Washington strike.
If Venezuela were attacked, it would immediately enter a period of armed struggle in defense of the national territory, in defense of the history and people of Venezuela, and we would constitutionally declare the republic in arms.
Over the course of a 2-hour news conference, Maduro repeatedly characterized Secretary of State Marco Rubio as the chief of war and cautioned President Trump to be wary, alleging Rubio intends to stain his hands with blood. Maduro also displayed a phone he received as a gift from Xi Jinping.
I receive everything here. The phone that Xi Jinping, Chinese president, gave me. Xi Jinping gifted me this, a Huawei. Look, the best phone in the world, the Huawei. And it cannot be tapped, not even by the gringos, nor by spy planes, nor by satellites.
In early August, U.S. doubled its reward for information leading to the arrest of Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro to $50 million, accusing him of being one of the largest narco-traffickers in the world. Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro vowed to mobilize over 4 million militia fighters in response to these threats. While American naval and Coast Guard operations in the Southern Caribbean are common, the current build-up is unusually extensive. Further, its potential impact on the drug trade is also unclear.
I am Eddie Frederick. This has been Caribbean Perspective, a whole new approach to highlighting developments in the Caribbean. In the meantime, please follow us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel for daily regional news and more, in association with our friends at Antillian Group.
Believe in our strength, we'll stand by you. Protection from all perils, big and small. Reassurance we give, it's so glad to see. Peace of mind, that's our service guarantee. We look after all our family, yes we do, at every opportunity. opportunity.
Antillian Group, underwriters of all classes of insurance solutions for your protection and investment. Live well financially.